What is up, everybody? Dan DeSilva here from eCom Dudes. Now, really quick before I get started in this video, I just want to let you know all of what you're going to be learning here today is available on search.ecomdudes.com. This is literally the new search engine we rolled out for any questions you have or really anything you want to learn, whether it's from Facebook ads, product research, Instagram influencers, anything you need to know, go ahead to search.ecomdudes.com and check it out. So the first question I always get is, Dan, why do I always fail in Shopify? Well, here's the number one reason. So the first thing I tell anybody is you need to build a brand. So when you actually go out there and start up your own store, and whether or not you're running with WooCommerce, Shopify, it doesn't really matter. You need to start realizing that 2017 onwards, it's all about the brand. Now, these quick one-off little niche stores, they work really, really well for cash flow, but what you need to remember is that there's more to it than just making a quick amount of cash and then calling it a day. What you need to start focusing on is building a brand, which is customer relationship, customer management, following up with your customers as well. That's something a lot of people don't do. So the number one reason why people fail is because they don't look for the long-term sustainable plan. They just go out there and try to make cash, and what happens is they spend a lot of money on ads, it doesn't work, and then what do they have in the end? They have nothing. They have a niche-specific store that doesn't have a longer-term plan, which is either to sell out or to keep on increasing, become, the next authority site in that specific niche you're trying to dominate, whatever it is. So the number one thing I can tell you is actually go out there and build a brand. So the second thing I can tell you right now to go out there and actually be successful with Shopify is you want to follow up with your customers. I see this happen all the time. A lot of people, they make one single sale and that's it. That's where they stop. The process shouldn't stop there. The process actually should start there. What happens is a lot of people, they'll go out, they'll use Facebook ads, they'll make one single sale, they'll cook their pixel, then they have, this data, right? And then what do? They let Facebook optimize for more traffic. They're not actually going out there and trying to make more sales from that one customer. So you need to look at this customer that you get as like a client of yours. You want to have a long-term relationship with them. The other day, I actually bought a product for my dog. I actually bought dog food on a subscription-based type of eCom store. And the following 2 months later, 60 days later, I got a card from the CEO telling me, hey, thank you so much. They addressed my dog's name. What happened? Not only did that make me feel very safe with the company, but it also, so in the back of my mind, I will never ever use any other company to buy anything for my dog except that. It's called Chewy.com. So anybody here, if you own Chewy, you're doing it right. You're absolutely doing it right. So again, customer relationship and customer management is the number one priority. Your process doesn't start when you make a sale. It actually starts when you acquire that sale. It should start when you acquire that sale. It doesn't end right there, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. You cut it off at a single sale when it comes from Facebook ads, and that's it. That's not a business, right? That's quick cash flow, and I don't really believe in quick cash flow. You want to start building up something that is longer term and more sustainable. So again, like I always keep saying, the process doesn't end there. It actually starts there, all right? So that's my second tip. So the next tip I actually want to go ahead and give is to tell everybody who's stuck in currently what they're doing, the dropshipping model, to start branching out. Here's the thing that I see over and over and over again. A lot of people don't realize is that Shopify and dropshipping, the dropshipping model, there's a means to an end. It is a means to an end. So essentially, when people go out there and they have a bunch of different products and they're dropshipping from AliExpress, what you don't realize is you can go out there, you can take the highest converting products you have. Say that you have a store of like 20, 30 products and only 2 products in your entire store are doing, phenomenally well. What you do is you take those 2 products and you white label them yourself. Now I get it, a lot of people get really scared when I say the word white label. But you have different venues you can go down. You can literally go and drop ship it from your own house, or well, not really drop ship, but ship it from your own house, pay $2, $3, $4, $5 for UPS, for flat rate shipping, for whatever product it is. You can do a lot of different things. But what you need to realize is that drop shipping is a means to an end. What you can do is you can branch out and build a bigger brand from what you're currently doing. So don't be afraid to go out there and actually, basically brand your own logo on a product that's selling really, really well. And if you're doing hundreds and thousands of units of it, don't be afraid to have a fulfillment center. If you guys need somebody in a fulfillment center, I do know somebody in particular. Reach out to me on Facebook, reach out to me on Twitter, and ask me for the connection to the fulfillment center. I know somebody in LA who has a fulfillment center who fulfills the product for $1. So you never have to touch it, but it's still in the US. You can get the product shipped to him, and literally he'll do all the fulfillment for you. All you have to do is send him the orders every single day, or have your virtual assistant send him the orders. You just need to focus on the sales. So it might be $1, $2, $3, depending on what you're selling. But again, number one, it's faster shipping. Number two, you have your own custom boxes. Number three, you have your own logo on the product, and it actually gives value to your brand, and it's something that you can sell out of as well. You can literally go out there and sell this brand later on because you have your own stuff branded. All you have to do is sell the supplier contact info, and that's literally it. So again, do your own thing. Don't rely so much and heavily on AliExpress, and don't rely on the dropshipping model to be around forever. I think a lot of people are getting too comfortable with the dropshipping model. Now, it's a great model, but what happens when a supplier on AliExpress runs out, right? What happens when they only have 500 units and you sell 600 units, and now you have to account for the other 100 units that can't be delivered? And you have to run, frantically looking for another supplier. Keep in mind that this is a means to an end. There's so much more that you can do. There's a lot more that you can branch out to. So again, don't limit yourself. So something I really wanted to talk about really quick is starting with Facebook ads. Now I got this question, I actually got a question in my email the other day. Somebody asked me, Dan, what's the best way to actually go out there and start making sales really fast? Well, I always say there's a lot of different routes that you can go down. You can do Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Bing, you can do Google. There's so many different venues, but when I say start off with Facebook, there's a reason why I say start off with Facebook. Here's the thing. You need to realize the dynamic of Facebook ads. Facebook advertising is interruptional based advertising. Think about it like this. You're hanging out with one of your best friends, or you're hanging out with a bunch of your best friends, and somebody randomly comes up to you and says, hey, buy this phone, right? That's essentially what's happening. You're looking on your Facebook newsfeed, and these people, your customers, potential customers, your leads, are on there looking at their mother, their father, their best friends' statuses. You're interrupting what they're doing. You're interrupting their social environment to offer them a product. Now, if you can make sales in that type of environment, then you're good to go. You can literally go and branch out to search-based advertising, which is like Bing and Google, and think about it like this. When you go to buy something, right, are you going to Facebook and typing in buy blender, buy shoes? You're most likely not. However, if you are going to buy stuff, you're going to Google and searching it, right? So that becomes your prime target customer base. You need to realize there's different dynamics when it comes down to running Facebook ads. If you can get stuff selling on Facebook ads, I'm telling you right now, Google's gonna be a breeze for you once you actually do your targeting. Is it more expensive? Yes. And that's why you need to learn how to actually increase your average order value and your average customer lifetime value as well. So when it comes down to it, it's not just going out there and making one sale and calling it a day. It's actually going out there and trying to figure out how to increase the average order volume or average order value for every single person, and making sure they keep on ordering over and over and over again. If you're only focusing on making one sale, you're losing the race, all right? It's kind of one of those things like tortoise in the hare, which one's gonna win? You know, obviously everyone's rooting for the rabbit to win, but here's the thing. If you're trying to focus on only making one sale and calling it a day, I'm over here curating a customer that I go ahead and bring into my business, to my stores, and I try to focus on making a sale today, the next month, the next month, the next month, and keep on making sales. Offer them stuff that they like. You got to realize this, all right? If you can nail this on Facebook, you can nail this on other traffic sources. Influencers and Facebook is two of the locations that if you can nail down these traffic sources, going out there and running search-based advertising, it's gonna be a breeze for you. You're gonna make a lot of money. So when it comes down to it, start off with Facebook ads. A lot of people fail because they try to do everything at once. If you're gonna focus on one thing, focus on one specific traffic source. Don't go out there and try to run 10 different sources at any given time. You're gonna fall flat on your face. So that's one of the biggest tips I can give you when it comes to traffic. So let's talk about Twitter ads right now. When it comes down to Twitter ads, I personally have not nailed down Twitter ads just yet because it's a little expensive, and Twitter is very, how do I say this in a good way? Twitter's a very spam-filled environment. Now here's the thing, when you see big accounts on Twitter, you need to realize this. They go ahead and they retweet stuff and it gets a lot of engagement, it gets a lot of likes and retweets and quote tweets, etc. But the moment they tweet out a link, the engagement suddenly dies. And there's something in the Twitter algorithm that, that I've noticed. It dies off. Engagement starts to die off when you tweet out links and whatnot. Now, the only brand that I've ever seen do this correctly is Adidas. And actually, as a matter of fact, when Anthony Massalone, somebody, I don't know if you guys follow along, but he's also the head of the Influencer Marketing Academy. He's the one who literally taught me, how to go and set notifications. And I started realizing something. A lot of these bigger brands for like clothes and whatnot, shoes a lot of the times as well. They have people who go out there and set notifications on their phone. So the moment something new releases, they get a notification, and the engagements are through the roof. Celebrities as well. A lot of people have celebrities like Kanye West, Jay-Z, automatically get notified right to their phone when it comes to Twitter. So the best thing that I can ever say when it comes to Twitter is you have to make sure that you are constantly pushing and constantly framing your customers to get notifications. You see, we're in an environment right now where everybody's trying to fight for your attention on your phone. So you actually need to go out there and figure out how to notify everybody, send out push notifications like that in a snap of a finger to somebody's phone, because the attention's here. This is where the attention is. If you look at where all your traffic is coming from recently and where your sales or majority of your sales are coming from, they're coming from mobile. I cannot name one person that has seen less than 40% of their sales come from mobile. Some people I know go out there and hit 70, 80% of their traffic from mobile. That's why when I say go use Facebook ads, Twitter ads, you want to split test desktop and mobile and see where the majority of your sales are coming from. Because when it comes down to it, everybody's fighting for this attention, and Twitter is one of the best places for you to go ahead and set automatic notifications for when somebody or a brand or an actual person, an influencer, tweets. So when you go out there, make sure you let your followers know, set notifications, set the notifications for Twitter to get pushed directly to their phone, because it's just an easy way to get a lot of traffic once you start building a brand. So again, that's my take on Twitter, and I hope you enjoyed this little segment.